Hi, I'm Maria. I'm 35 years old and work as a film director. I live in London, which has always been a dream come true for me. Right now, I'm standing in front of my closet, trying to decide what to wear for a special occasion. Our fifth wedding anniversary. I can hardly believe that it's been 6 years since James and I got married. It feels like it was just yesterday that we were exchanging our vows, caught up in our whirlwind romance. Babe, have you seen my diamond earrings? I call out to James, hoping he remembers where I left them. Check the top drawer where you always leave them, he replies, sounding slightly annoyed. I roll my eyes a little. He's right, I can be a bit forgetful. With a small sigh, I open the drawer and find my earrings right where he said. As I put them on, I catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror and smile. Not too bad, I think to myself, especially for someone who spends more time behind the camera than in front of it. Taking a deep breath to calm my nerves, I smooth down my dress.
Showtime.
The doorbell rings, and I hear James welcoming our first guests. I plaster on my best smile and head downstairs, ready to greet everyone. Maria, darling, you look absolutely stunning, my best friend, Anna, exclaims as she air kisses my cheeks. I'm so glad she could make it, and I thank her with a big smile. Then I spot James's mom, Angela. She's scanning the decorations with her usual critical eye. Maria dear, don't you think these centerpieces are a bit much? She asks, her tone polite but sharp. I swallow back a quick response, choosing instead to smile and reply, I think they're lovely, Angela, but thanks for the feedback. James appears beside me and wraps his arm around my waist. Mom, everything looks perfect. Maria has done an amazing job. His words comfort me, and I feel grateful for his support, even though I notice his grip tightening as Angela raises an eyebrow. As more guests arrive, including my parents and James's sister, Laura, I go into full hostess mode, laughing at the right moments, keeping glasses filled, and making sure everyone is comfortable. During the evening, my dad's voice rings out over the crowd. So, Maria, any new projects in the works? He asks with pride in his voice. I smile, happy to share my news. Actually, yes. I'm in talks to direct a new indie film. It's still early, but I'm really excited about it. My mom chimes in with support, and I catch her proud smile out of the corner of my eye. It feels good to have my family here, cheering me on. As the night continues, I feel grateful for everyone around me. This anniversary party isn't just a celebration of 6 years of marriage, but also a reminder of all the people who support us. From Anna's kind words to my parents' pride and even James's silent, strong support, I know I'm surrounded by love. Moments like this make everything worth it, and I can't wait to see what the next 6 years will bring. I watch as James's jaw tightens, and I know exactly why. We haven't really discussed my new project in depth, and I know he's not happy about the hours it will demand. The vibe in the room suddenly feels off, like something's just not quite right. It might be the way his mother, Angela, keeps whispering to him, or maybe it's the sympathetic looks his sister, Laura, keeps sending my way. But I shake it off. This is our wedding anniversary. Everything should be perfect, right? The party is in full swing now, and I feel a light, happy buzz. Maybe it's the champagne, or maybe it's just the joy of being surrounded by friends and family. Either way, I decide it's time to cut the cake. James, honey, let's cut the cake. I call, giggling as I make my way over to the beautifully decorated cake. James starts weaving through the crowd toward me, and I pick up the knife, ready to make that first slice. But then, Angela's voice rises above the crowd, stopping me. Wait just a moment. We have a family tradition for this. Let's do it properly. Feeling a little bolder, probably from the champagne, I roll my eyes and reply, Oh, come on, Angela. It's just a cake. Without waiting, I go ahead and slice a small piece, laughing as I do it. Suddenly, there's a loud crack, and a stinging pain spreads across my cheek. For a second, the room goes completely silent as everyone freezes. It takes a moment for me to realize what just happened. James, my husband, has slapped me in front of everyone. My cheek burns from the pain, but it's nothing compared to the humiliation. I can feel the weight of everyone's eyes on me, and the collective gasp echoes in the room. Without a word, I turn and run, barely hearing my best friend, Anna, calling my name as she follows me upstairs. I make it to our bedroom, collapse onto the bed, and finally let myself cry. Anna wraps her arms around me, trying to comfort me. "Maria, are you okay?" "I can't believe he did that," she says, her voice filled with shock and anger. I don't know what happened," I managed to say, still stunned. Anna's voice turns serious. "Maria, this isn't okay. You need to leave him. This isn't the first time he's tried to control you, and you know it." From downstairs, I can hear my dad's furious voice cutting through the murmurs. "How dare you put your hands on my daughter?" he shouts, his anger clear. I bury my face in my hands, not believing this is actually happening. This has to be a misunderstanding, right? Anna's phone buzzes, and she glances at it. Her face hardens as she reads a text. It's from Laura. She says you won't believe this, but Angela is actually praising James for what he did. She's even recording it. I feel a wave of sickness in my stomach, wondering how everything went so wrong so quickly. "Maria," Anna says gently, "you don't have to go back down there. We can leave right now." But I shake my head, trying to compose myself. "No, I need to fix this. It was just a misunderstanding." Despite Anna's protests, I reapply my makeup, carefully covering the red mark on my cheek. I force myself to smile, even though it feels awkward and unnatural, and head back downstairs to join the party. The room is full of people, but there's a heavy feeling in the air, as if everyone knows something they aren't saying. I catch bits of whispers and notice people glancing at me from the corners of their eyes. Trying to brush it all off, I say loudly, "Everything's fine. Just had a little too much champagne, that's all." My voice shakes a bit, but I keep going. I try to act like the perfect hostess, laughing at jokes and making sure everyone's glasses are full. All the while, I avoid looking at James. The tension between us is thick, but I pretend it doesn't bother me. After what feels like forever, the last guest finally leaves, and I head upstairs to my bedroom. Exhausted, I collapse onto the bed, pretending I have a headache so I won't have to talk to James. Now, lying awake in bed, my mind won't stop racing. I start to think back, not just to tonight, but to everything that's happened over the past few years. I remember all the times James made jokes about me in front of others, like he didn't care how I felt. He always seemed to know exactly where I was and who I was with, and then there was Angela, always there too, criticizing, watching, pushing me in ways I didn't like. I roll over and bury my face in the pillow, wondering if maybe I'm overthinking it all. Was it just a mistake? Did he mean it? Doesn't he love me? These questions spin around in my mind, leaving me more confused than ever. Since that night, weeks have gone by, and I've thrown myself into work, hoping it will help me forget. I've been ignoring calls from my friend Anna and even from my parents, using work as an excuse. It just feels easier to avoid them than to face the truth of what I'm feeling. "Maria, we need to go over these storyboards," says David, the new producer, as he walks into my office one day. I look up, startled, and apologize. "Oh, sorry, I was lost in thought." David gives me a reassuring smile. "No worries. Want to grab some coffee and go through them?" We sit down to work, and for the first time in weeks, I feel relaxed. David actually listens to my ideas and respects what I have to say. It's refreshing. Then my phone buzzes. It's Anna calling again. I quickly silence it, hoping David doesn't notice. But he does. "Everything okay?" he asks, looking genuinely concerned. I smile and say, "Yeah, just personal stuff." Later that day, I finally give in and call Anna back. "Maria?" "Thank God," she says urgently. "We need to talk. Can you meet me?" Her voice sounds serious, and something about it makes me agree. An hour later, I'm sitting across from her and our friend Laura in a quiet cafe, my stomach churning with nerves. Anna looks at me with a mixture of sadness and determination. "Maria, we found some things," she says softly. Laura slides a folder across the table toward me. "I'm so sorry, Maria, but you need to see this." My hands tremble as I reach for it, bracing myself for whatever truth is inside. I open a folder and feel my heart sink. Inside, there are financial records, emails, and photos that I can hardly believe. Everything I've worked for, everything I thought I knew, is coming undone in front of my eyes. He's been taking money from your company, Anna says gently, trying to soften the blow. But that's not all. Laura pulls out her phone and starts playing an audio recording. I hear James's voice, followed by Angela's. We need to take control of her assets before she figures it out, James says in a low voice. Once the divorce is final. The word divorce hits me like a punch to the stomach. I feel sick, but Laura's sad eyes tell me there's more. She looks at me quietly and says, he's been seeing someone else, Maria. It's his assistant. The cafe feels too small, like the walls are pressing in on me. I stumble outside, desperate for fresh air, and Anna and Laura follow me. Anna grabs my shoulders and says softly, Maria, breathe. I know this is so much to take in, but we're here for you. Her voice helps a little, but the shock is giving way to something else. Anger. How long have you known? I ask, my voice shaky but firm. I need to know how long they've been aware of this, how long they've been watching me in this mess. Laura sighs. After the party, we couldn't stay silent anymore. I couldn't just stand by after what he did to you. Taking a deep breath, I force myself to stay calm. What else? I ask, bracing myself for more bad news. Anna and Laura exchange glances, and then Anna finally speaks. Angela has been spreading lies about you to hurt your reputation in the industry. I laugh, but it's a bitter, hollow laugh. Of course, Angela would try to ruin my name too. Laura looks at me, her voice softer now, and says, there's something else, Maria. James, he's planning to file for divorce and take control of everything you've worked for. I feel another hit to my heart, but this time, it's followed by something new. Determination. A spark of strength flickers inside me. No, I say, my voice stronger than I feel. He won't take anything from me. Not anymore. Anna reaches out and squeezes my hand. What do you want to do? She asks. I look at them, feeling the anger and hurt building into something stronger. I want to fight back. I want to protect myself, my career, and everything I've built. And I want him to face the consequences of everything he's done. Laura nods with resolve. We're with you, Maria, every step of the way. With their support, I start planning my next move, feeling a strange mix of sadness and newfound strength. For the first time in a long time, I feel powerful, no longer a victim in my own story. James thought he could control me, break me, but I'm done with that. This time, I'm writing my own ending. The following weeks are a whirlwind of work. I meet with lawyers, talk with my family, and plan every detail carefully. Late nights, secret meetings, and endless plans for the gala ahead. My hands tremble with anticipation as the night approaches, but I know I'm ready. This time, I'm in control of my story. I adjust my dress, steadying myself for what's about to happen. Anna, standing beside me, gives my hand a comforting squeeze. Are you ready for this? She asks. I take a deep breath and nod. As ready as I'll ever be. Together, we step into the grand gala hall. My eyes quickly find James and Angela, mingling with guests, all smiles and charm. They're working the room like nothing is wrong, as if everything is perfect. I watch, feeling a surge of confidence. Soon, everyone will know the truth. Maria, darling. James's voice rings out, dripping with fake sweetness. Come, let me introduce you to the William. He smiles, waving me over. I force a polite smile and respond, in a minute, honey. I have an announcement to prepare for. As I make my way toward the stage, I catch Laura's eye. She gives me a small nod, silently telling me that everything is ready. I take one last deep breath and step up to the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, I begin, my voice steady even though my heart is pounding. I'm thrilled to share my latest project with you tonight. It's a story about truth, justice, and the masks people wear. I pause, glancing briefly at James, who looks calm and completely unaware. He thinks this is just another career update, but tonight means so much more. But before I get into details about the film, I continue. I'd like to share a different story, a personal story. The lights dim, and a video starts to play on the big screen behind me. Gasps ripple through the crowd as footage of James's actions, the side of him he tried to hide, fills the screen. His face contorts with anger and control, and for the first time, his true nature is on display for everyone to see. "What is this?" he yells, his voice angry and loud. But just as he tries to disrupt the video, Angela's recorded voice begins to play. Her words reveal their plans to take control of my assets, to deceive me. The audience watches in shock as financial records flash on the screen, along with statements from former employees who came forward. James and Angela attempt to push their way through the crowd, trying to escape, but at the exit, police officers are waiting for them. "James Anderson," an officer announces, "you're under arrest for embezzlement and domestic abuse." He clicks handcuffs onto James's wrists. Angela shrieks, "You can't do this. Do you know who we are?" But her protests go unheard as she, too, is led away. The room bursts into a mix of whispers and gasps. Reporters swarm, eager for statements. Industry leaders express their shock, and many offer words of support. I stand tall, feeling lighter than I have in years. The weight of all the secrets and lies is finally gone. In the days that follow, my phone doesn't stop buzzing. There are interview requests, messages of support, even new job offers. But what I treasure most are the quiet moments with Anna, Laura, and my family. "I'm so proud of you, sweetheart," my mom whispers, hugging me tight. Weeks turn into months, and I dive into my new film project, surrounded by a team that respects and supports me. Healing takes time, but each day, I feel stronger. Cut. That's a wrap on Scene 13. I call out to my crew, smiling as we take a break for lunch. My phone buzzes with a message. It's from James, awaiting trial, sending yet another apology, pleading for forgiveness. Without hesitation, I close the message. No looking back. This is my story now, and I'm moving forward. I delete the message, knowing that part of my life is finally over. That chapter is closed. "Hey, Maria," David calls out, waving a script in his hand. "Got a minute to go over these rewrites?" I smile, feeling genuinely happy for the first time in years. "Absolutely," I say. As we walk together, discussing ideas and talking through changes, a thought hits me. My happily ever after isn't about finding a perfect partner or living a flawless life. It's about being true to myself and being surrounded by people who truly care about me. That's what really matters. The sun begins to set as we wrap up for the day. I take a moment to look around at my crew, my friends, and my chosen family. I feel a deep sense of belonging and peace. This is where I'm meant to be. This is my story, and I'm in control of every page. "All right, team," I say, clapping my hands together. "Let's get ready for tomorrow. We've got a movie to make." We start packing up, laughing, sharing jokes, and chatting as we head out. I feel a calmness settle over me, something I haven't felt in a long time. The future looks bright, and this time, I'm the one steering my path. There's a joy in knowing that, and I wouldn't have it any other way. The story has come to an end, but here's something to think about. If you were in Maria's shoes, would you have revealed James and Angela's actions in front of everyone at the gala, or would you have handled it privately? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinions and experiences matter, and they might even help someone else going through something similar. If Maria's journey spoke to you, don't forget to hit that like button. For more inspiring stories about overcoming challenges, subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and remember, your story isn't over yet. There are new chapters waiting to be written, and you are the one who gets to write them.